Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is June 19th, 2022. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. Hopefully it's a good one for you, or, hopefully you're just having a good day period when you listen to this, by the time you are. Let's see. No food corner. I'll give you a little bit of a music review, because I did listen to the new Drake's Honestly Nevermind. I would give it a 5.5, 6, maybe. I don't know about that. I'll keep it in the fives. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite album, but lately a lot of the newer Drake releases haven't been. So this really isn't new. I know a lot of my friends on Facebook are like, that's exactly what they are. They're burping. They're just burping. No, a lot of my Facebook friends are really anti it. I get it. They have a lot of shit to say. Some of my friends are also positive too, and good for them. But I do feel like it was a little bit more of a letdown. But at the same time, I think Drake has made so many albums that's not really surprising. Also, I feel like too, whenever you have a controversy or anything like that, because immediately everyone goes to the groomer thing, the pedophile thing. So yeah, you're gonna catch heat for that. And that's just how it works. Don't do shit and shit won't happen, maybe. I don't know. But that's all I got for the little me corner, little social corner. We can get into some news, though, on this beautiful Sunday. Got this first one from Yahoo News, Associated Press. Yellowstone flooding forces 10,000 to leave national park. So, just a quick summary here. Essentially, over the weekend, right? Or over the week. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. Yeah, this is Tuesday. It started Tuesday. So, essentially, it was a mix of the rainfall plus a melting of the snow caps that really just collided in a super bad way for Yellowstone. So, just a fuck ton of flooding. Just put people out of homes, literally flooded homes. I watched a video on CNN of a collapsing home. I'm not sure if it was by a river of some sort, but I think it was and then it just the whole, I don't know, what's the word for the edge of a river? I should know this, but I don't. And it just fell. It just boom, and it was just floating, just going down. In this article, they kind of say, well, it's hard to say this is global warming or not, but, the hot temperatures have really made for the snowcap situation being an issue. Obviously, just crazy storms, as I mentioned. Did I mention that? I don't know. This is my third take of this episode. But essentially, there was just a lot of bad weather this week. I had my power out. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last episode, but that was no fun. Sweating it out, not having any fucking power, all because of a crazy ass, wild ass, out of nowhere storm. Granted, they had told me there was gonna be partial storms on my phone, but I was like, all right, not gonna be a fucking elemental attack. Shit was wild. Granted, not as wild as this. Definitely seeing some of the devastation, really crazy. But we can move on. Wanted to talk about that, do a little weatherman section, all that. In other news, got this from NPR. How to murder your husband. I was going to say how to get away with murder. Sorry. How to murder your husband writer found guilty of murdering her husband. So this was a little bit of an interesting story that popped up. Nancy Crampton Brophy, who was 71, murdered Daniel Brophy, who was 63. And this happened in 2018. So she had made an essay about this, but didn't do it until 2018, which is crazy. I would not that is the same level to me as when OJ was trying to write the book. If I did do it, this is how I would have done it. Just same energy. I guess she says that they were falling on financial hard times. He had a life insurance policy, and that was a bit of a motivator. But that being said, I think, let's see. Yeah, Crampton Brophy said during the trial, however, that she had no reason to kill her husband. Okay, so she did wind up killing him. I think I got it backwards. Yeah, she had a life insurance policy on her husband, and that she wanted, I guess, get cashed out. But she's saying, oh, well, I didn't have a reason to cash out because the financial problems were more or less solved by cashing a chunk of Daniel Brophy's retirement savings plan, which to me is not a good cover, because you're saying, oh, well, we're going to sacrifice our future and yeah, we're going to be fine. Everything's okay now. Like, no, obviously everything's not okay. Like, you're living under the burden of capitalism, and now you're going to use murder to kind of help get ahead. Also, it's kind of sad too, because it didn't seem like there was necessarily like a lot of trouble at home or anything like that. I think from what I've seen and gathered, that Daniel Brophy loved his wife and supported her. There didn't seem to be any issues, but she had made this article, and I think, or essay, and then other things too. I mean, and granted, up until that point that she actually pulls a trigger and does something, that's okay. Like, I mean, it's okay to write spicy fiction. I'm definitely not trying to discourage that. I mean, shit, you want to like have Fabio fucking you on the fucking armoire or whatever, do it. Go off. Go crazy. You want to fucking How to Get Away with Murder? Do it. Awesome. We stand that shit. Like, whatever you want to do to get your rocks off for a book, hell yeah. Or story, whatever. But essentially, actually making it a reality, that's where it gets a little gross. It gets a little messy. But I think they initially had a little bit of trouble, or she thought she was going to get away with it, I guess maybe was the way I should word it, because she swapped out the barrel of the gun and just threw away the old one. But, through investigation, they were able to, sort this out, and, she was found out. Also, there's surveillance of her with the gun on the premises. So, that's a little sus. Her explanation for that was, she's like, well, I'm a writer, you see? And I was just on the premises. You saw me on the premises in the parking lot chilling because I just like to write there. Like, what? Like, I mean, I get it. You might have been a busy lady. There's some overlap. But, I could never imagine, let me take some time at my husband's job parking lot. Not to say hi or anything, but I just want to, just write. Get a little inspiration. Break this writer's block. So, yeah, sad but cringe. But wanted to talk about it because, sometimes we like that around here on Isaiah's Newsstand. We like to talk about it. Speaking of sad, cringe, weird, man who has really encapsulated all of this and have kind of avoided talking about. But I said, you know what? Fuck it. I think since Warner Brothers is finally doing something, maybe, quote unquote, got this from Bro Bible. Ezra Miller effectively fired from DCEU as Warner Bros. Has no plans to work with them in the future. Also, it's good to say that Ezra Miller identifies as they, them. In case I fucked that up, sorry in advance. Though I will say Ezra Miller is going off this year. I loved Ezra Miller. Let me start that off too. I found, what is it? The first thing I saw him in, I believe, was Confessions of a Wallflower or whatever. And he was so quirky and cute. I was like, all right, he's fun. He's neat. This is an upside of the movie that I was watching with my wife at the time. So it was good. He seemed good. Also, I liked hearing, how he was. He seemed like a very interesting person. He, like you said, he seemed comfortable with himself, and that was nice. But sadly, Ezra Miller has gotten maybe a little too comfortable with himself, and he has entered his villain arc, or maybe he always has been, and now we're just seeing more details of it. But I got this between two articles, one from Bro Bible, and then also one, this was in an editorial or an opinion thing from CNBC, which the title for that one was Warner Bros. Is under pressure to address the Flash star Ezra Miller's spiraling legal scandals. But essentially there was, let's see, let me just read from the article. Miller, 29, made headlines in 2020 after a video surfaced showing them appearing to violently choke a fan. However, incidents of impropriety escalated in 2022 when they were arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and harassment at a karaoke bar in Hawaii. Hours before their court appearance in April for those charges, Miller was arrested again after an altercation in which they were accused of throwing a chair and injuring a woman. Now, 2 orders of protection have been granted for a 12-year-old in Massachusetts and one for Gibson Iron Eyes in an 18-year Standing Rock. An 18-year-old Standing Rock activist who was allegedly groomed by Miller, according to parents Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle. Also, I think there's another story too that they missed where he broke into while he was in Hawaii. He broke into a hotel room, and he was yelling at the people. And he's like, "You're in my hotel room, da 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 da. You guys need to leave or whatever." He was like just like getting crazy with them too. So he's been wilding. He's been going a little bit off, and this whole time, Warner Brothers is like, "Look, he's in the movie. He's a part of the Justice League. We're not like trying to cut him." And now they're at a point where they can't cut him. So all this stuff has come to light, and they are just icking because the movie's already shot and they can't reshoot it. So more or less, this is them saying, "Look, we're not planning on working with him anymore. It's done. But please go see The Flash." So I personally don't know if I'm going to see it. I think, honestly, what is it? Warner Brothers, DC Universe has really just not been it as compared to Marvel. Sorry, not sorry. But at the same time, I did watch Justice League. I did watch the Snyder Cut, the 3-hour version. It was fine. Whatever. If you need another review from me, I would give that like a 7. It was cool, but like I didn't need the extra blah 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 so that I could see Cyborg do more and the Flash do more. Even though I did cry during the Flash scene where he he saves his little crush and like all that. I don't know. I got a little emotional. But yeah, it was okay. But yeah, they're taking 2 hits. One, they had to do the Amber Heard shit, or they're taking her out of the thing. They've been trying to like do that as she was on set, more or less. And now they got Ezra Miller, so that's 2 hits, man. That's wild. And some more news. Another, we can call him a celebrity, wrestling celebrity. Got this from NBC. The little Peacocky. I'm pretty sure YouTube won't ban me for that. Let's see. WWE's Vince McMahon steps back from leadership post during misconduct probe. Also, from CNN Business, Vince McMahon takes SmackDown stage after misconduct allegations emerge. So, this is one of the problematic celebrities that I was, obviously alluding to. Vince McMahon's a character. Definitely a character. And my biggest problem with Vince McMahon as a character is he likes to do a racist character where he says the N-word, talks shit about black people, has his talent also chime in to do that, and more or less goes, ha ha ha, yeah, this is just good content. I'm just making good wrestling stuff. He's jacked as fuck. Overall, though, I will say, through it all the bullshit that is wrestling, that is the man soap opera, that is WWE, it has a soft spot in my heart. I grew up watching it. My friends, and they also love it too. So, yeah, I still fuck with it a little here and there, maybe. But I did not expect to see Vince McMahon make the headlines. Essentially, he is stepped down and appointed his daughter as interim CEO and chairwoman until the probe's conclusion. So, more or less, what are they investigating? Essentially, it is a misconduct allegation, sexual misconduct, between a former like paralegal. Also, I believe that other former employees have like maybe stepped up and said something, and that's why they're investigating. But it was a secret $3 million settlement. So we're talking big money here. I don't know any more details than that from what I've kind of gleaned here in terms of like what are the guts, what do they have so far. But maybe more will kind of, come to light, and I can really like talk about it, and it's not like from like a Twitter forum or anything like that. So very interesting. Like I said, though, he did come out on SmackDown and said a few words. Let's see. Actually, I got a quote here. It is a privilege, as always, to stand before you here tonight. He said this in front of a Minneapolis, Minnesota crowd. Minnesota. Let's see. McMahon told the audience that he was there to simply remind the crowd of the 4 words that make up the WWE signature. Here's the whole quote. Those 4 words are then, now, forever, and most important word is together. He said, welcome to SmackDown, and he threw his mic. And they played his vintage cool theme song, No Chance in Hell. And I'm sure he did his cool little fucking high shoulder walk out of there or whatever. But yeah, hopefully we'll keep you posted on how that goes. We'll see if he makes his comeback or not. Obviously, these allegations are serious. Once again, I will state, Vince McMahon is not my guy. I'm not in his corner. But, I don't know. Just wanted to put it on the airwaves. Don't you know? Last but not least, before I get to this little smoke break, got an update again from the Christopher Scher, Patrick Lyoya incident. Let's see. Let's hit my break. Ooh, sorry for the wait. Okay. Michigan got charged with murder, and Lyoya's death is fired. So that's more or less just the only update I have for this. Really light, really short. More or less, he waived his right to a hearing, and he was dismissed effective Friday. Obviously, the case is going to, or the trial is going to, continue regardless. But just wanted to inject that there, and let's call it a day. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a listener. To get an upgraded experience, maybe, though, you could subscribe to the Patreon. And by upgrading the experience, I mean you get a shout-out on the podcast. $5 will get you said shout-out. Also get you some Discord access, which is pretty neat. Yeah. But any dollar donation is accepted and very much appreciated. We love you. Thank you very much. I hope you have an amazing week. Hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. And I'm gonna play us out here a little bit before I close it. Okay, how about that? No chance, that's what you got. Up against a machine too strong. Pretty politicians buying souls for wrassle. All right, guys, love ya. Bye bye.